And welcome back to episode, what is this, 55? This is the Lance Briggs episode?
Junior Seau, baby.
Junior Seau? Okay, yeah, we'll go Junior Seau. RIP to the God. This will be an audio excursion only, and if you have a problem with that, you can contact Joshua Henry Palais. I am the Dusty Dynamo, the T.O. who's known to tiptoe around you hoes like I got turf toe. And I gotta be honest with you guys, it's been a month, and I think my voice got sexier. And with me as always.
That's absolutely wild, but it's your favorite light-skinned Drake in the building, Mr. Buckets and back shots, but the buckets are coming at a minimum at the moment, but they're all right. We're still
Travis got waived by his men's league team and just won't tell us.
Not factual statements.
And terrible. With us, we have Medium Dre. I guess we can't call him Big Tamarindo anymore, huh?
No, you can't.
Yeah, we got XL Tamarindo. You know,
that's a good one.
Yeah, we got XL, and unfortunately, I'm mad the cameras aren't here because me and Travis are wearing cute matching outfits right now.
Yeah, we are both wearing pink.
Yeah, and filling in for Josh will be Dre. So hit us with the first one, my guy.
All right, quick hitters, guys.
As always.
Would you rather go to a great house party or a great wedding?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I feel like who's throwing both is the biggest factor.
That's a good point.
Because how much can I like the wedding's also, you know what, I'm gonna say house party because I don't know if there's kids at the wedding. If there's kids at the wedding, it's a factor. I'm gonna be on a mildly better behavior than I normally would at a house party. If it's someone I know, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want for the most part. Not the way the fuck, you gotta respect people's houses. But,
all right, let me switch it up and make it more interesting. Your friend that you know is the biggest party animal throws the best parties. House party or a wedding you know is going to have no kids?
Wedding.
Picking. Huh?
Wedding.
Open bar. Wedding, no kids is a pretty good time, but something tells me in my system is house party.
I feel like the wedding's the move because there's also...
Shout out Meek Mill.
No, because I feel like... no, we're not supposed to... Oh, I can say it because Jay-Z said it. Kells didn't say it, but in the words of Jay-Z, after the club is the after party, and after the party is the hotel lobby. And so after the reception, you know what I mean? Like, it can continue.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? The hotel room can become said house party. So that's why I feel like it gets a little bit like, it might be cheating in my answer.
Could turn, it's slightly cheating, but I understand it.
All right. What's a song that you're embarrassed to say pumps you up?
Pumps me up?
Embarrassed? See, that's the key word is embarrassed.
I got one. Damn. I wish I knew the name of it. It's a Taylor Swift song too,
dude. Yeah, honestly, bro. All right,
there's a couple Taylor.
Can I say one?
Go ahead, please.
Hold on. I'm gonna make a call because I want to figure out what the fuck this song is called. So give me your answer.
Mine is "Party in the USA." Like, if you're like in a big ass club and the ladies are moving and you're just like faded and having a good time, bro. That song comes on, bro. Everyone's just honestly everyone just starts moving to that song, and I'm like, oh, this shit's lit.
I don't think that's embarrassing though. I feel like they've rebranded it so many different times that it's like cool now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they put the Biggie one over it. Yeah. They do like a whole I feel like niggas were embarrassed and they're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make this cool.
Yeah.
Just so it can fucking so we can have an excuse to listen to this when we're outside.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's up?
What's the name of that Taylor Swift song I like?
No Body, No Cry.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's basically about her talking about how she bodied a nigga and she blamed it on his wife. No body, no cry. And she's like, I think he did it, but in my head it's just like it gets me hyped.
A couple Taylor Swift songs.
Some real sneaky, just deceitful shit. I didn't think I liked.
I have the song stuck in my
head
right now, but I only know the lyrics. It's that hey boy, I just met you. Here's my number. So
call me maybe.
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
That gets you pumped though. We said pumped.
I do. I kind of turned to a little white girl.
Travis, you know what's so funny? I'm
not gonna lie.
If you listen to this pod long enough, one thing you'll learn is everything that Travis hates, he low key Travis is low key a woo girl.
Low key,
Travis
honestly,
is hella woo.
I could see myself.
He shits on them, but he knows deep down. Travis, if you went to high school with this, Travis would literally do this screech in the stands. It sounded like a condor getting shot out the sky. But I feel like that was just a real nigga trying to woo.
Maybe. No, I don't think
You're
so.
A thought, bro.
100%.
All right, Ruffles or Lay's?
Oh, Lay's. What the fuck is this a conversation?
I might go Ruffles, honestly. But Lay's has more flavors though. So is that like?
Yeah.
Sour cream and onion, Ruffles for sure. That's about it though. Maybe the
See,
orange.
funny, I'm on the opposite there. I'd rather go sour cream and onion Lay's than Ruffles. But if you went like Ruffles cheddar,
Yeah.
Oh, that's the orange one, right?
yeah,
those
or
go crazy.
like
Those ones.
yeah. ones go
yeah,
crazy.
exactly, stuff like that, or
Yeah.
like the plain ones. I'd rather have that than plain Lay's.
But I will say this, so you can put Lay's. Lay's is a dip, or excuse me, Ruffles are a dippable chip. Yeah, you can put a little dip on
Yeah.
your chip. Lay's, I'm not dipping no part of my chip.
Like you won't put like a sour cream and onion
Not-
Lay into like a
No, bro, it's not.
it's gonna fall apart.
It's not
sour
stru-
cream or something.
It's not structurally sound.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the
it's
Ruffles
not.
is thick. It's like old
There's no
Dre.
foundation.
I feel like the ones I like to dip from Lay's are the barbecue ones that are like kind of curved.
Yeah, I know what you're
Where
talking
you just like
Lay's
and then you
just
dip
remind
it.
me of those napkins when you go to Mexican shops and Mexican taco shops, and they're not good, and you
They're
see
just
right
see-through.
through them.
They're just there for
Lay's
flavor.
are see through.
Yeah, I get it. All right. Would you rather look up your mom or dad's internet search history?
I know what my dad looks like, so I'm gonna go with his because I wouldn't be surprised anymore.
I mean,
Just whoever's the father figure, Arturo, Hurtado, whoever you want it to be.
fuck you. I do definitely don't want to see Tootie's fucking.
Hey, I got a question. If I fathered Tootie this week in fantasy, does that make you my grandson?
No, definitely
Okay,
not.
just want to make sure.
I wouldn't mind seeing my mom's because if she's about that action, I wouldn't care. Good for you.
What if you? All right, can I ask you like a very invasive question?
Sure, I guess.
What if you go on and you see your mom's on the hub, and like it's nothing but light skinned dudes that look like you, like not like you, but it's just like her style is like light skinned niggas. Like, does that
Good
throw
for
you off?
I'd be like, you fell victim for the typical white bitch. I'd be like, yes. Like, all right.
All right. Would you rather read minds or predict the future?
Oh God.
Okay, so the question is.
You heard the question.
No. See, first of all, I'm not you. I clarify. You re-ask the same fucking question. When you say predict the future, does that mean whatever I say is going to happen is going to happen, or I just know what's going to happen?
Like you see what's gonna happen right before it does.
Oh,
happen.
then read
Like
minds.
how much before? Like 30 seconds, a minute, 30 minutes.
We'll give you a minute.
Yeah, like a minute.
That's it. Damn,
I mean, that's
I'm
still
not good
before.
for shit.
I mean, hey, bro, a lot of
stopped a lot of
bets
things.
could be made. Imagine if you had money on that Jets game this week.
Oh, that's crazy. That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna go read minds because predicting the future in my head like be like, I'm gonna get $1,000 tomorrow. That'd be predicting the future to me. Like, nigga, I'm in charge of that.
That
bro.
is true because I'm about money, so I do like the idea of infinite money. So
I think Travis just made up a word. I don't think the word he just said is real.
infinite.
Infinite? Yeah.
No, he said infinite.
I don't know. We have to look at that back.
He said infinite.
I don't know. I probably put infinity
That's what I'm saying.
together. That's exactly what I probably did there. I'm gonna go with the future. I'm gonna go with the future. Cause I become
I respect
become
that.
rich. I can see dips
Yeah.
in the stock market and shit. I'm like, oh shit, all right, we cool.
I think both would be pretty cool, but honestly, would probably.
I feel like this is the predictive future. Like, if I'm the problem is with that is like it's either like a minute ahead. If you know 30 minutes
I
ahead,
set up
it's
my
really
friends
not
for
just as
failure.
fun.
I set up my friends for absolute
How
failure.
do you do
just
that
from
now
fear.
without knowing the future?
Just
Like the worst one would be like That's So Raven when you see it, but you don't. It's just like a clip.
You don't have time to
of
react
like a
to it?
space and time. Like you know what I mean? Like remember, it'd be like 2 days in advance, but she doesn't know
No,
when
the
that
context
happened. Yeah,
behind it?
exactly.
Yeah.
That would piss me off because then it's like you know how many things you probably could have prevented that you didn't. Like you knew, but you can't really like figure out like where it was supposed to be. That's what would bother me.
Yeah. I honestly think I would probably rather go read minds too because I
Yeah.
feel like if you're in like
You
you're in
know
a
if she's
situation,
you just
and
want to know if
just-
she's horny
yeah,
or not.
Exactly. There you go. Exactly.
Like to know we're still on brand.
All right. Would you rather be hunted down by the police for a crime you didn't commit or be hunted down by a serial killer?
The police.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Because
I
the
don't
serial
wanna
killer,
die.
if they catch you, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The police,
exactly.
like,
That's asking
I
for
could fight.
death.
I could fight a case. Now I'm a nigga in America, so odds aren't that much
Not
better.
really. It's not looking good.
But yeah, I can at least try to fight the case. I'm not fighting off fucking Ted Bundy. I mean, I probably could fight off Ted Bundy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. We're all minorities here today, so
Yeah.
we can all relate.
Yeah, like imagine if Dexter's on your ass, bro. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
ever
no,
watched the
hell
show
no.
Dexter.
I'm
Yeah, I've seen that.
Done.
Yeah,
I've
like
seen
if
that.
Dexter's on your
GGs.
ass,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah,
Good
hey,
game.
hey, bro, look,
Done. Out of there.
call on the Lord.
All right. Halloween candy or Christmas cookies?
Damn. I'm definitely going because I'm only about one type of cookie, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'm going candy.
Yeah, because I'm only about that.
But you
chocolate
get to
chip
see
vibe.
ass cheeks on Halloween while you get the candy, though. That's the only.
That's
deciding
random,
factor.
but on brand.
It's
but
almost might be
yes.
2 cookies,
Hey,
or at least some buns.
I feel like Mexicans, though, if I'm being honest, we don't really eat cookies on Christmas. Like that's not really a thing for us.
Black people are like we're not. Maybe like little kids. Like my mom's definitely like the pop the
Eat
toe house
cookies.
ones. Like, you know, the ones that already have the tree on them and you just throw them in the oven real quick. Travis's mom, she be getting it out the mud. She be getting that shit from scratch.
Facts.
So that's a little different. But also she'll make those in March. So I'm really not like, yeah.
We have it's like a tin like circle box.
Oh yeah, it's the one you put all your sewing stuff in when you're done with
exactly.
it. Yeah,
And then we have these things called muñuelos, which is like deep fried flour tortillas with like honey and stuff. That's
they have the powder sugar, or not powder, but like I know those stupid gas.
Those are bomb, bro.
Yeah,
those are the best. All right, last one. Would you rather be stranded in the jungle or the desert?
Jungle.
I hate the jungle, but I don't want to die of not having water.
Yeah,
though.
you can't escape heat, bro. My family's from El Centro. Like you can only get so naked. You can only get so naked.
Yeah.
Like the
But
jungle
at the
in
same
my
time,
rain.
The jungle kill you because you're probably gonna suffer some stuff. You get bit by some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Mosquitoes and stuff.
At least there's like a chance of water. Granted, you might put your hand in the water and die, but like the heat, like the desert. I'll say this: there's a better chance of you surviving in the jungle and just staying put and someone magically coming across you than you standing put in the desert. Like that's a wrap no matter what.
That's true. No one's going out there.
And if a tiger just comes and bites my head off, at least I just didn't die of like delirium or some shit like that where I'm just sitting there in the heat. Like we call it like dying of heat stroke has to be one of the most like worst ways to go out. I feel like
Probably.
like your whole body gets hot and then apparently I think they say like it just gets cold randomly and you're just out. Like you're just convulsing and shit like that. Like it's over. I'm not with that.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing for me with the jungle is the animals, because there's like certain like animals and insects where I'm just like, holy.
For me, it's insects. Like that's what scares me because like the tigers and shit like that. If they want you, you're done. But if you act big, you might get lucky. You fucking never know.
Yeah.
But I'm more worried about like these random snakes because like, well, I gotta build a hut now and like.
Well, my thing is like this: if we're
because if you in the Amazon. GG's, bro. It's done. It's not happening.
I like to believe this though. If we're gonna be dressed for either environment, like if I'm dressed for the desert, I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. If I'm dressed for the Amazon, I'm wearing cargo pants, boots, a long sleeve shirt. I might have the push icy mask. Like I'm probably
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit more or less likely to get bit in the face. I mean, like be more prepared to be bit in the face.
I'd have a shank on me, I guess.
Yeah, like what are you like?
That's true.
The water only lasts so long. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna just sit there and carry the water. I can carry some off. Like you know what I mean?
I've read I read this thing about the desert that like if you are stranded and you have water, it's like not good to try to rationalize it. Like it's like good to like drink it not so much all at once, but like good portions of it because your mind is sharper when you have like water, and like a lot of people who do die at desert and stuff like that die when they actually still have like water on them.
Well, that you got to think about like this, like
super interesting.
I feel like it's easier to get hydrated, like get as hydrated as you probably can, lose some, and then try to ration it after that. But then just rationing it and then just being like not like 1% hydrated, then 3% hydrated.
You're slowly just killing yourself.
You're slowly just like I feel like you're way more likely to have like kidney failure and those other things like in that type of situation. Whereas like you can only drink so much water. You're gonna know when you're full, like when you're like good. So you just gotta sit there and just sweat it out and go back. But with that being said. My bad, I apologize. We're gonna get the kickoff. We didn't miss week 1. How's everyone's fantasy teams looking right now?
Like I said, Stephon Diggs just saved me tonight, right now, a couple hours ago. Just saved me, 38 points, money.
Yeah, your boy had
2-0. I'm 2-0.
Your boy had Tyreek Hill and Amante Brown. So,
you're 2-0 too.
I'm going Tuski. You want to hear the worst part about it?
You're on Tuski?
Week 1, my starter was Dak.
Oh.
Week 2, my starter was Trey Lance because he was my backup.
Oh, no.
I'm going to go on this podcast and say this.
Why do you have Dak and Trey Lance starting?
Stop drafting niggas who look like Travis as your quarterback.
That's a factual
I just waited too long to draft a quarterback.
Because you know what?
Unless it's Patrick Mahomes.
Jalen Hurts is doing perfectly fine right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Hey, Lamar, let's go.
I thought Lamar, that's who I wanted going into the season. I thought Lamar was going to have a vicious season due to these contracts.
Bro, he put on 18 pounds. My man looks like a unit. He does look a little slower, but as expected.
He still looks good.
Who?
Lamar.
Oh, wow, bro.
Yeah, he looks, but he actually looks like he has muscle.
Should have won that
now.
game versus Dolphins.
Good game though.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Tua played did you watch it?
He played good. He played good.
I got to deal with Josh drinking the Tua Kool-Aid because he had one career game. So all of a sudden it's the hate.
That's what I'm most mad about. Like,
he's just bowing down now.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, bro. If I have a time because he wants to go on his thing and Tua's right in the Bolt City and stuff, I'm here to shit on
Wait till I
Josh.
see him on.
I'm here to shit on Josh. Like, just because you have one good game doesn't mean anything.
Josh is. If two Alabama quarterbacks won this week, Josh is so insufferable right now.
Yeah,
like I already know
terrible.
he's insufferable.
He's on such a high right now where he's just like,
So before that starts, let's we're Because let's be little chismosos, and then we'll get into real football. The Godfather, the former number one pick for the Falcons in the early '90s, if I'm not mistaken, the Southern Missouri veteran himself.
Oh God,
Brett Favre has been out here wilding in the streets. Have we done? Has anyone else looked into this?
stealing the money from the welfare of Mississippi, dude. The stuff and like what?
So
they got a stadium built at his alma mater or something like that. Like
So
a volleyball thing?
let's paint a picture. So Brett Favre's daughter plays at Southern Missouri, I believe it is, or Southern Miss.
I think it's Mississippi.
Yeah, Southern Mississippi, his alma mater, if I'm not mistaken. And they have a rule in that state. And this actually touches home because I left my college because a opposite rule was not in place. But anyway, so the school cannot build a building until all the money for the funding of the building is there. They can't build it as they go. They can't start it and then look for boosters, and you know what I mean? Like they just can't put sticks in the ground and then,
Wow.
So
It's all or nothing
that's
for them.
good and it's bad at the same time, you know what I mean? But so Brett Favre, being Brett Favre, has been doing a lot of real shiesty ass shit. He agreed to show up for appearances and then said, "Don't pay me, get them to the building fund." Never showed up for those. Deposits were sent. He's clearly been working with people at the state level trying to figure out how to get the funding for the building because they lied to the state and said that they had the funding. Apparently, the funding is coming from the welfare department of the state of Mississippi. And I just got one question for you guys. And I hate to be this guy, but I'm going to just say it. If someone else had the background and nasty shit that he's done, if Brett Favre was a black guy, he'd be in jail right now, right?
Yeah, probably.
100%.
Like, not just from the school shit. Like, we remember the other shit, right? Like,
He was a pervert, right?
he's the first nigga I ever heard who sent a dick pic.
Yeah,
We forgot. Do you remember this? You were a little bit younger.
Yeah,
I'm not too familiar with what exactly happened.
because him
but
and
I have heard
Peyton
of that.
Manning, right?
No, Payne. I think Payne just. I don't know about the Payne one actually. So Brett Favre, when he was after he left the Jets, the reason why because he was on the Jets for like 1 year, I think.
It was when
Yeah.
he's old
And then
too.
he went to Minnesota,
right? Yeah.
and they're seeing part of the reason why. I'm pretty sure it's been proven is that he was sending like an intern in the office dick pics when he was the quarterback of the Jets. So this man sent dick pics. He's being predatory and stealing money. You know how much fucking copper tone he's gonna have to fucking sell to get that fucking building built?
It's crazy how
Him and Jerry Rice are gonna be running routes on that fucking commercial for the next 90 fucking years.
Jesus. I feel like he's definitely getting special treatment, because I feel like it's not as big of a story as what it could be.
I will say this one, technically, being aware of a crime is a different type of crime than committing it. Just because he's urging them to take the money and he's aware of the situation, that's not the same crime as the governor or whoever's in charge is actually taking that money and putting it in.
That's true.
Now, the only thing he should probably get sued for is a breach of contract for those appearances that he didn't do, but that's civil court. That's a whole different situation.
It's not that bad.
I mean, it's fucked up. If I pay you $50,000 to come give a speech and nigga, you don't show up.
That's true.
Like, and then we're just sitting around. Like, that's fucked up, bro. And you gotta remember, people love Brett Favre, bro.
Yeah, they do.
You gotta remember, like, there's 8-year-olds walking around who are like, Brett Favre is the greatest quarterback ever. Like, and
Wild.
they don't know that and they believe that. They're just on YouTube looking at him throw 300 picks, looking like Jameis Winston,
Gunslinger,
bro.
the original.
Yeah, and I was just thinking in my head, I was like, bro, if Brett Favre was Michael Vick, this shit would be over, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be back in jail.
Yeah.
110%. Am I lying? So on a lighter note, let's get back. With a lot of parody going on in the NFL, what is your favorite storyline going on right now, or what are you the most surprised about?
You want to go, Dre? Or I got a couple. I have a multiple. I feel like
So let's hit 'em.
it's kind of like basic, but definitely as I wasn't before, sold on the Bengals. The Bengals being 0-2.
say.
Like, I'm not that surprised, but it's just kind of like the Super Bowl stuff. Like that they say when you go to the Super Bowl, like you're really never the same team again like that. So it's like hard to do it. But I think everybody was so sold and like, oh, they did this in free agency and they redid the offensive line and Joe Shiest's supposed to be so good. And I'm also salty about that slightly just because Justin Herbert and him in the same year. So I kind of people compare them a lot. I think Herbert's better. All that, of course, trust me, I know.
Joe
But,
Burrow's
like,
definitely better, but
no, definitely not. But
Without
yeah,
question.
so like you see what's happening and they're 0-2. Like where are you at?
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like you're nowhere. The Colts, they got Matty Ice 0-2. Like what the fuck?
That's
Like
those
trash.
I'll shoot the Colts some bail. They're so banged up. It's week 2. They did a walkthrough on a Thursday.
Really?
Install day, they had to do a walkthrough because they're that fucked up.
Yeah. So that's pretty
I'm gonna
bad.
lose $200 to Josh because of
The
this shit.
Raiders being 0-2.
That one's. I think the Raiders can't turn it around. I think they've played competitive football. I think it's looked a little. I feel like they just don't have
not finishing games.
They don't have the closer.
In a nutshell,
like because as much as we like Devontae Adams, they don't. Devontae Adams isn't the closer. Aaron Rodgers was the closer. 100%. Like, and I think that's like the issue is
still
like,
on Derek Carr and it's still on the defense.
And I'll say this: the Kyler Murray, the 2-point conversion. Ironically, the closer did get to him. Max Crosby got to him, and he did let him go. Like, I mean, not let him go, obviously, but he just couldn't corral him. And if he does, like, it's a whole different. The game's over. You know what I mean? And Max Crosby is that guy.
Oh, he is 100%.
He had 10 tackles versus the Chargers last week as a DM.
Oh, he's
granted it wasn't competitive till the end, but as a defensive end, having 10 tackles in a game is fucking wild.
I think one of mine is Jacksonville is actually not that bad.
Yeah, they're not.
Like it's pretty like it was close with the Commanders last week.
Yeah,
the win they got against the Colts this week, I was like, oh,
they've been playing, they've been scoring, they've been playing defense. Like I don't think it's an automatic win next week.
I'm gonna be honest though. Are they not that bad, or were our expectations just that low?
Both. I think 100%.
Because I also feel like they're playing teams that aren't competitive. I don't think the Commanders are that competitive. No. And the Colts, I heard Travis got a call for the practice squad last week. Like, they absolutely. Like the Colts, bro, I think they activated 9 guys last week.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're banged up for
sure. They're banged, like, it's week 2.
That's crazy.
But Matt Ryan he's also, I don't think he's playing that great either.
I mean, I feel like, but I think everything that they're supposed to be good at is the issue right now.
And I don't think the Commanders are god awful.
The O-line, bro, Carson Wentz is the outside of prime time Kirk Cousins, because we just saw how bad that looks. I can say on great authority, Carson Wentz is the worst starting quarterback in the NFL, and Cooper Rush started last week, and I stand on that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
I stand on that.
He's very overrated for sure.
Yeah.
He's got a big arm, and he's hurt all the time. And then he gets arm fatigue. Look at him in week 14. He's not throwing that ball, bro.
We'll see. And then Giants being 2-0.
Yeah, and I also think the Eagles hype, bro,
it's real.
It's real.
Oh, I believe it.
They are good.
I was big on Jalen Hurts coming into the season, so I definitely thought that they would win the NFC.
AJ Brown.
Can we do way too early division winners?
You're gonna do that with the Eagles?
Yeah. No. Can we do way too early division leaders? Yeah. Okay. NFC West. Who are we thinking?
NFC West.
I'm gonna.
That's a tough one.
I might go bold right here. I honestly think Arizona might win it.
That's wild.
Damn, bro. He's you know let it go because Herm Edwards got fired 2 days ago, and Andre is still probably just.
No, I'm glad.
You glad?
I'm happy. He should have got fired in the offseason.
That's crazy.
Like he should have been fired.
How are you gonna feel if Cliff Kingsbury doesn't make playoffs again this year?
Huh?
If Cliff Kingsbury doesn't make playoffs again this year,
he did make playoffs last year.
Yeah. No, he did not.
I thought they did.
The Cardinals.
I thought they did, and they got swacked by the Rams in the first round. It was the 3rd time they met.
I thought they didn't. Who are the 3? Seattle didn't make it. Seattle didn't make it.
Positive they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. San Francisco played the Rams 3 times last.
Because that's why they got us so much heat. Because they literally came out there like the Patriots and like looked like, what the hell are we doing?
If Cliff Kingsbury doesn't make playoffs after getting throttled and then not making it the 2 years before that, does he get fired?
Yeah.
He's out.
I honestly didn't like that that hiring in the first place.
I think it's a bad hire
because, bro, he got hired to be the OC at USC and he was there for a week, and the Cardinals signed him. I'm like, bro, there's so many better options for you guys to pick, and you picked this guy who wasn't even that good of a coach at Texas Tech.
So what do we think? So we're gonna go
San Fran.
You're gonna go San Fran.
I'm going San Fran because they got Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm gonna go San Fran. I think he puts a spark in their ass.
Me too, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, that would be they're close for me, but I think when D-Hop gets back, I think Connor's going to turn around when he gets back from injury. Benjamin, their backup, not because he went to ASU, but he's actually nice. So I think he's going to get some good performances.
I just feel like every time Arizona has had a chance for us to trust them, they have showed us that we should never trust them.
Yeah. What's the next
yesterday was the first one that I saw them win. Yeah. Oh, okay, let's go. We went NFC West. Let's go NFC East.
Eagles.
I got a bold one, boys.
No, don't say the Giants.
You going to say the Cowboys?
Go Big Blue, bro. Hey,
Giants?
Hey, Dable got them boys playing, bro.
They do. Honestly.
They got them boys playing. They flying around on defense.
I need that Saquon Barkley hype.
Hey, don't get me wrong. They have been playing dog shit teams too. Granted, they play the Titans, but they're looking dog shit right now. Yeah. Let's be honest. Yeah,
true.
I think it's time, bro.
Man, that'd be funny.
They've been spending money the last 2 seasons. I think it finally.
What's the next one?
The NFC South.
I think TB's got it.
I do believe it's because. I'm gonna say this after watching.
Jameis just can't. I just don't think Jameis has enough consistency for them to do it. That's the issue. I think the Saints overall are a better team. Like if you put Tom Brady on the Saints, I think the Saints would be fucking killer. But the Bucs defense is actually for real. They're good. And
I'm gonna just throw this one out there. Free my nigga Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
that's horseshit.
Hey, if Calvin Ridley All right, let me answer the question first. It's going to be the Bucks. If Calvin Ridley only had an 8-game suspension, the Falcons would be in contention for this. Because I've seen how bad the Panthers and the fucking
should have won last week.
Yeah, and
And if Marcus this week too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm just throwing this out there. If we could get somebody, I don't know who's an average wide receiver out there. We just need one other guy who's not 5'8". All of our wide receivers are 5'8", except for Brain Edwards, who apparently doesn't know to jump when Jalen Ramsey's on your back.
Kyle Pitts is an absolute dog.
I mean, but we say that, but he's been in a cage for his whole career.
Yeah, I know, because they know that he's the only weapon.
They're doubling him everywhere. Yeah. Like Drake London's going to look like a superstar because he's going to have one-on-ones everywhere.
He is good.
He's good, but it's like you're good versus twos because 1 and 3 are on top of fucking your tight end.
Let him eat. Let him cook. That's the whole point of having the Twin Towers.
I'm just here for this one.
Matchups.
If we're not going to win, lose every fucking game so I can get who I want.
Facts.
All right.
Next division.
Let's go AFC. Oh, no, is there 4? There's 32 teams?
Yeah, there's AFC or the NFC North.
NFC North. Who the fuck is
Minnesota?
In the... Oh, bro, I really always forget who's in it.
Yeah, the Packers. It's either the Packers or Minnesota, one or the other.
I mean, it can't, but Minnesota looked absolutely abysmal tonight.
I don't know, dude. Honestly, like, I'm not going to lie. Detroit might have like a chance.
They're good. They're
not
good.
bad.
No, they're good.
They
look better than the Bears.
We were talking about Hard Knocks. That was a great Hard Knocks, and Dan Campbell gets them fired up, bro.
Hey, because he played. He knows what it's like.
I listened to the Pat McAfee show, and their producer goes, he swears by this. He goes, they're going to go 10-6-1 and lose a playoff game, and I think that's believable this year.
It's the way they're playing. It's good. Yeah, it's good.
I think they're finally past competitive. I think
I guess I'm just too hooked on history, so I'm still going to go with the Packers because I do think the Packers defense is not bad, and as long as Aaron Rodgers can average about 25 points, they should be okay.
That looks hard, though, bro. Dude, that offense.
I know.
The O-line's banged up. They throw into a whole bunch of whatchamacallits.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me. I don't think the Lions will be the Jags of the 2017-18 season, but I think they'll get to the playoffs for sure. I think they'll be that kind of team.
I hope you're right. I would hope to spice up the league.
They got a good group going on. I feel like they mesh well together. So I mean, it would be
nice. Who's winning the division then?
I'm with Dre. I'm going Detroit, bro. Fuck it.
I think Detroit might take it, bro. If not Detroit, at Minnesota, but the game we saw today, man, it was
Kirk Cousins.
So you're going Minnesota or Lions?
I'm going to take the Lions right now.
So
yeah, like if it's Packers or the field, I'm going to go to the field. I'm going to the field.
My fellow Hispanic Malcolm Rodriguez.
What they call him? Rodrigo.
So another difficult one in my opinion. Now going to the AFC North.
AFC North is
Baltimore,
the Bengals.
Browns,
Yeah,
Bengals.
I think the Ravens will take it.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this might be actually one of the because I believe Miami's for real. To be honest, I think it's one of the easier years for them. I think Pittsburgh's defense is popping, but their offense is even if they get
Baltimore?
Kenny Pickett. Yeah, even if they get Kenny Pickett to play again or get him to play, period, it's not going to really do too much.
Yeah, I'm going
the
Baltimore.
Browns.
I thought Lamar was going to have a big year.
Lamar's an animal.
Yeah, and then they don't get the fucking Predator back in the Cleveland till what, week 13? Because they have a bye week.
All year. Fuck him.
Free Calvin Ridley.
Dude, the fact that Deshaun Watson's coming back this year and Calvin Ridley's not is absolute horse.
You know what's even crazier? The league is sponsored by DraftKings, which is what he got in trouble for.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for supporting your sponsor when he can just touch every masseuse from here to fucking the Eastern Seaboard. Got to be fucked up.
And then because you mentioned Miami, so AFC East, who's winning that?
Buffalo.
Oh yeah, huh?
Buffalo.
That's easy.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think it's gonna be a dog fight though. I think Miami because you know what I'll say about this. The Miami culture is they always are when the Patriots were like at the peak of being the Patriots. You could always chalk them in for one loss versus Miami.
It's fact. Usually at
Miami.
Miami.
I feel like the Miami culture, going to have a new coach and everything like that, and he knows how to work with a little less because he made Jimmy Garoppolo look great for years. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think just the Miami culture in general is like they know they're not afraid of their division. Like I feel like throughout the history of my life, one thing we can know is like if there's a team that's gonna upset someone randomly, it is the Dolphins. Yeah. This is what they kind of
play hard. Yeah,
they play hard for. I remember the the Wildcat days. Yeah. Like Miami always they keep one, bro. They gonna stay ready. And I think this year it might come together. I just gotta see what that defense looks like.
It's still pretty good.
I just think Buffalo are too good to let that division slide.
I just also don't know how good the two teams Buffalo has played is because the Rams almost lost to the fucking Falcons.
Well, then they came back and played pretty good.
The Rams
they played pretty good and then kind of let that off.
And then who did Buffalo play? Tennessee, who lost to the fucking Giants. Yeah. I just don't think we have a clear litmus of who they are. I think it's like who can deal with adversity. Kind of like what McDaniel said this week about the Dolphins. Like we saw the Dolphins were down 14. like I got a little bit of faith that like if they're down like for the rest of the season, like, they'll come back.
That makes sense.
40-point leads are cool, but it's like eventually you're gonna have to play somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who you got?
Understand that.
What's the next two?
AFC South.
AFC South.
I mean, does anyone deserve to win this?
No, honestly, no. It's so bad.
Bad, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna go out there. Fuck it, Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jacksonville. Jacksonville. All right, best for last. AFC West. No, non-biased here. I still think the Chargers are going to win, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. My pick for the beginning of the year was the Raiders, and they look like they have no offensive line, like at all. They kind of look like the Chargers last year when they played the Raiders.
Yeah.
So I got to go default, bro.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes looks like he's angry. He looks like he took a
default. Unfortunately,
yeah, he took that
It
personal.
burns me to say that because
I think we
the
looked
fan
better.
in me is like, because if we would have won the last game, which we should have won, I
looked better.
Yeah,
Everyone
we did.
said we looked better.
I thought that was very clear.
Yeah.
that we definitely look like the better team for 90% of the game.
They're just winners, bro. They know how to get it done.
But I think
And
the default. I'm picking the default and going Chiefs.
And I'll be honest, I was looking at all the additions that the Chargers made, and I liked them a lot. But in my head, I'm just like, is it that much better? Derwin James is obviously the superior on both defenses, to be 100% honest with you.
Dude, the way he took Travis Kelce down was
wild.
mind-boggling.
Well, the worst part is that Travis Kelce said earlier that week on a podcast
Yeah.
that
No, dude,
he's
Chargers
biased.
defense is for real, bro. Like
They're
if you've
good.
watched both games, like you'd be like, all right, like these guys aren't playing around. Like we go after the quarterback, we stuff the run a little bit, and it's turnover central out there. Just they got a little flag happy in that second game, but we've been holding some good defenses to not that many points.
I
but
just feel like
shooting ourselves
your
in the foot
defense was
last game.
catching up to Kansas City's defense. Like Kansas City's defensive front is crazy. Like people forget, like Frank Clark is a fucking guy.
Yeah, no, he's
a
good.
fucking guy. And like, bro, and let's be honest, McDuffie didn't play or whatever his McSkittles, whatever the fuck that nigga's name is.
Yeah, McDuffie from.
But also Keenan Allen didn't play, so it's like
He's a
tit for
rookie.
tit. Yeah, we don't know. Like, but he's also supposed to be their best defensive.
We're also
back.
out Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that's like a whole. That's a true factor. But
We're gonna
also,
have Trey Pipkins in the second half or Corey Lindsey in the second half as
but
well.
let's also be honest here. Mike Williams usually, and I'm gonna stand by this, in games like this in division, when Keenan Allen does play good, you never see that Mike Williams.
No.
You only see him when Keenan Allen's hurt.
And versus KC at KC, he's
That's
just a killer. there.
he only shows up for one divisional
He's a
game a
killer
year.
there.
I just think that we looked the better team. I think Lombardi was being way too conservative with his play calling in the second
I
half.
agree.
But I don't know, man. The defense is locked down. I think when we have a healthy offense, like with Keenan and Lindsley and Pipkins, like we're going to be good.
It's good.
Obviously, Mahomes is, and like you saw my top 5 quarterbacks. I'm definitely switching that up now. Like, because I had Burrow third.
Yeah,
There's no way he's
wild.
even in my
You're
top
wild.
5 right now.
You gonna show my boy some love now or what?
Who? Patrick Mahomes is third.
No, young D Mills, bro.
Davis Mills. No. But
Niggas a hater.
I just, I don't know, man. I think the Chargers are going to be real. And we have an easier schedule, I feel
I hope
like.
you're right.
We have an easier schedule.
The fan in me is like, yes, go Chargers.
Let's be honest here though. Whenever the Chargers have the easier schedule, you know what that means?
Else.
Welcome to the IR. Everybody's gonna get hurt.
Trust me, we're playing Jacksonville next week, and I'm like,
Hey, bro, that's
trust me.
hey,
After the Texans last year, I was like, no more.
I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the worst games I've ever
Not
seen in
again.
my fucking
I
life.
was just like, not again.
Yeah.
I was just like, can't do it. So yeah.
With that being said, do we have anything else we want to close out on, boys? Sorry, I know it's gonna be a short pod. I got some stuff
Shout
to do
out
this week.
to everybody. One of my friends was talking about it. The Bad Bunny concert. You went, didn't you? Yeah, my homie and I agreed. Like I felt like I was there. I felt like half of Chula Vista was there. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was hilarious.
I've been to a lot of concerts, but I will say that he puts on one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Wow.
It looked like it.
He, like, just the whole production, not even just him performing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen him before. He's good. He's better now.
Production
but
was
he's good.
cash.
Bro, the fact that all those bracelets with the lights on and they simultaneously go with the song, like it's programmed to go with the beat
That
of
they
the
give
song.
you bracelets and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
So
cool.
you get a bracelet, it's on your wrist, obviously, and there's like a big like light that takes up most of it. And the colors change and it goes with the beat of the song.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
The whole, literally Petco Park, I've never seen it that packed.
And I respect.
It looks. It
Not
looks,
for a game,
it
not
looked
for
cool.
a fucking concert, nothing.
It looked super cool to see like everything look back.
And the fact that he was floating
That
on
was cool.
palm tree, like above, it went
That's
all
wild.
around the field.
Yeah, I respect it because I heard all my homegirls saw him probably pre-pandemic, right when he was starting to pop off, and her exact words were, I think he went to Pachanga or something like that, like a smaller casino, and she saw him like in concert. And I was gonna take time off. I was gonna go with her. We were gonna go see it. I was like, I want to see what the hype is. And she's like, I'll never go back to see him perform again. She was like, it was dog shit. She's like, but I mean, I feel like he buckled down during the pandemic and really like put some effort into this. He also got bigger, which like money helps.
Yeah, I was
the
about to say,
production.
where is Bad Bunny?
I think
That's
he's
the next
the
one.
biggest artist in the world right now.
So where,
you know what's
where
so
would
funny?
you put him in a sense? Like to
I don't
other
think he's
artists?
bigger than Drake because I feel like
Image wise, no.
but I feel like I'll say this: when you're that big, it's one thing to make shit hot. You got to make other people hot. Like when you're that, like Drake, bro. You know how much money Drake has made niggas we never saw again? JB Blockboy.
Yeah.
I love McConan. Bro, the list, little twist. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And maybe that's just not Bad Bunny's style, but I feel like when you're really that guy, even just people knowing you're next to him gets you like notoriety. I don't know. Maybe he's just on his train. Like he's on his way. This might not even be his prime. So this might be
That'd be crazy
a little too
if this is in
early.
his prime.
Well, you got to remember though, like people are also like thirsty to be outside, which I'm not putting against like the show looked amazing, but it's like when people have like an urge to be outside, when we haven't been able to do that for the last 2 years, and this is the first time I feel like he's gone on tour since the end of the lockdown. Like you're gonna be excited. I just don't want to say he's the biggest outside right now, because in 8 months from now, fucking who else? Oh God, there's someone else came out around the same time Bad Bunny did, and he's not doing the numbers that he was doing.
Ozuna?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Where the fuck has that nigga been?
Well, he is performing here October at the arena, but he's not selling out no Petco Park.
And that's my thing is like, bro, how quick?
Ozona's still good. I know.
I fuck with his. I know more of his songs than Bad Bunny's, to be honest with you. But like, how quickly can it turn? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to call him the biggest when it's like. And also keep this in mind, he was the biggest. And you know what gave him his biggest first record? When that nigga called Drake for the feature. That nigga called Justin Bieber for the feature. How you gonna be the biggest when you got to call bigger dogs for you to become the biggest?
In America.
I mean, but
American
that's a factor. But also, you gotta remember this. You know how fucking big America is.
Yeah.
Half them South American countries don't have the population of America.
That's very
If
true.
you put them even together, or Spanish speaking countries in general, Portugal ain't bigger than Texas, nigga.
That's a factual
I
statement.
just think that
But that's also in Spain.
I
So
think that right now,
in Europe.
like this guy's
Yeah,
selling,
the Spanish speaking countries.
It's
Spanish-
okay.
yeah.
this guy's selling out arenas back-to-back days in the same cities. Like he
Yeah.
sold out
No, I
Petco
bet.
Park, sold out SoFi 2 days.
Yeah.
New York, Vegas, and Miami, like are the cities.
Is
that he-
Bad Bunny bigger than Aventura was?
Yes. And I think they would be bigger now if they were in this era.
I believe that too.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I just don't think Drake right now is selling out Petco Park or SoFi 2 days in a row.
I'll also say this. So I saw Drake do 6 days in Miami back to back to back to back.
I'm about to say, I think
this
if-
nigga
I
did a
think Drake
residency.
could sell out Petco.
I love Drake.
I
Drake's
think
one of my
Drake could
favorite
sell out
artists.
Petco.
You know what I think the difference is?
2 days in a row.
2 days in a row.
I think the difference is, I think if we didn't hear from Drake for a whole year and he started doing a tour out of nowhere, just no new music, he'd be more likely to sell it out. I think it's finally coming to, I guess, his downfall that we've never seen Drake go away. Like Kendrick goes away and there's like a huge splash. Also, Kendrick might be bigger than Bad Bunny. I'm gonna throw that one out there. He might be. It's hard.
Kendrick?
It's close, bro. The love he gets overseas.
That is true. He
Like
does
what?
get
Like
hella
we talked
love,
about,
yeah.
like Bad Bunny, like the
He did
Spanish
France nasty.
bro.
Yeah,
like
he did, yeah.
like people forget, like Bruno Mars is a fucking superstar. Don't get me wrong. And people were talking about like Bruno was opening for Kendrick. You know what I mean? Like
wild business.
That's you know
That's
what I
wild
mean?
business.
Like
But
Bruno
I think
Mars.
Bad
there's a-
Bunny's that big though.
I think Bad Bunny, and he's not even my favorite reggaeton artist, bro. I'm Daddy
And I
Yankee.
just think Spanish speakers, like, and people who like Bad Bunny like that, like, they'll go out to go see it too. Like, that's part of the culture.
Because this is their like, how to describe this? This is God. This sounds kind of fucked up, but this is like when hip hop finally first came out, and you could go see Tupac. You could go see because we like these type of platforms, this type of demographics. They didn't have artists before. Like this isn't Gasolina Daddy Yankee anymore. Like
Yeah.
where you got like this. Because I mean, Gasolina Daddy Yankee not sound fucked up. It's kind of like EPMD and like those older rappers that like they necessarily weren't getting. Granted, the music was amazing. They weren't getting the recognition nor like the support they should have. And now that they get it, like Bad Bunny is the first version of like who would be like a commercial act that works. Like Bad Bunny would be like when LL Cool J came out, and it's like, okay, this is like dissectable, like you can, or digestible. You can go places. You can play this on the radio. You can do different things with this. It's not just like some super hardcore. Ooh, I don't want that music played in my house. Why are you playing that devil's music type shit? You know what I mean? It's just it's more. It's a little bit more relatable and it's easier to go with. And now there's also different platforms and revenue for artists to do things. 20 years ago, a rapper couldn't get a meal at fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Like you know, they couldn't go to Popeyes. They were going to be in commercials. They weren't going to do all this shit. So like, yeah, he might be getting bigger, but it's like, I feel like when you reach fan bases back in the day, it was a lot more work. I felt like to get to where like if they know who Wu-Tang is in Germany in 1999, you know how much harder that is than today.
I will say this though, I think if Bad Bunny, look, because Daddy Yankee's my favorite reggaeton.
I respect
artist.
that.
He always will be, and he's about to retire, bro. Like,
Time out. He's a rapper. They don't retire. They just say that to sell albums and then they come back.
But he's gonna take a long break.
I believe that.
But I mean, you got J Balvin too, who's a
Time out.
superstar.
That's who I was talking about when you said Ozuna earlier. I was thinking J Balvin because
he's still big though.
But they were at the same level for a hot minute.
Yeah, I think this new album kind of took Bad Bunny over the top. You are going to look at me. I know like the one from 2020. I just think Bad Bunny has made reggaeton popular worldwide.
Facts.
Because he's got a swag and he's got like
he's got an aesthetic
a persona
to him.
And his aesthetic that like, I mean, dude, he's not just into one community. Like he's with straight, he's with the gays and everything.
He's okay. Let's be honest.
He loves everybody.
Yeah.
If Bad Bunny,
everybody loves him.
I think the other reggaeton artists are not like that. They're not like they don't like represent everyone. I think Bad Bunny is like a representation.
And this is why I said
I wouldn't be surprised if Bad Bunny was my most played artist on my phone, and I don't even know fucking Spanish.
but your girl, that doesn't count. Your
Power to Mexican women as well.
Yeah,
but, you know,
but you kind of to like
I'll be jamming.
what we were saying though.
You're adopted Latino though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Factual statement.
Yeah.
This nigga just looks Puerto Rican. He's
You are too. I feel like most of your friends are Mexican anyway.
yeah, all my friends are Mexican.
Yeah,
But
Same with Josh.
Yeah, Josh. Time out. We're not letting Josh.
Henry.
We're not letting Josh.
Henry in the Mexican
No,
community.
Josh isn't getting the Mexican community off because his bio used to be, I don't speak Spanish. Do you remember this?
I do.
But okay, but I'll say it's like, and then we'll try to wrap this up. But I didn't know we were gonna get into music. I do like it's kind of a music podcast.
This is good.
I was gonna say, I think the difference is though, we have seen other, and it's kind of my point about like LL Cool J being the first one that's like, it's easier to go out and do this. But like, we know what pop rap sounds like. We know what pop rock sounds like. We know what Beyonce starts off like an R&B group and then she goes completely pop for the most part. Reggaeton is so great because I believe this is like reggaeton, in my personal opinion, like third time around. Because there's even reggaeton before the Daddy Yankee type shit, there's like the early, and then there's the Daddy Yankee, the Nori era, the fucking Don Omar. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the reggaeton I remember, like that I actually listened to.
I love the old reggaeton.
Yeah, like like Nina Sky and all them, and now there's this new one, and now if it wasn't Spanish music, it wouldn't be called reggaeton. And I know that sounds weird because it's not rap. Like he's melodic. He might be doing some bars, but it's not rap. It's pop music. Yeah. Like the BPM, the way it's set up, it's pop music. Now it's labeled as reggaeton because there's not enough actual, I guess you could call it hardcore reggaeton artists to be like in rap. There's like, nah, fool, you're not a lyricist. That's mumble rap. Like we can make subgenres in it because there's enough widespread of one, the audience, and two, the artist within the like music genre itself. I don't believe there's big enough reggaeton artists to kind of like subgenre it, so they're just all gonna be like
that's reggaeton.
Like perfect example, like Tyler the Creator's not this last one, but the one I think it's like if you hit me up if you get lost or whatever. Yeah. That wasn't a rap album, but he's a black guy and they called it a rap album. Yeah. And that was bullshit. And I feel like it's kind of like this with the Bad Bunny thing. They're calling it reggaeton because one, it's the BPM's kind of like rapping and he's catching a flow. That nigga's not a rapper. Like he can rap at times, but nigga, like so could Gaylani and she's an R&B singer. You know what I mean? Like Chris Brown raps, we don't call that nigga a rapper. You know what I mean? No matter what he puts out, Chris Brown can put out a whole rap album. No, we're gonna call that R&B. Yeah. It doesn't matter what it gets labeled. So Bad Bunny, like he's a pop star, bro.
Like, I never thought of it like that.
He's literally,
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he does reggaeton, but that's because no offense to.
But I wouldn't really know because I don't speak Spanish either. So,
but here's the thing.
I don't know what he's saying.
Music is, but subject matter doesn't depict a genre. It's how sonically it comes across. Like if you listen to EDM with no words, it's still EDM.
That's true.
If you listen to house with no words, house doesn't have words, but it's still house. If you listen to boom bap, that's hip hop. If you listen to a bunch of strings and clarinets, that's an orchestra. Okay. Words and content do not depict what a genre is. Okay. It's the feel, it's the BPM, it's the hook, it's the bridges, it's the highs and lows of it. And his highs and lows are pop music. It's just that, no offense, these fucking mayo eating white people who have never heard Spanish music before don't know what fucking strings sound like. Yeah. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I just think that I feel like he's the first Latin artist that you're hearing on the radio, like on 933 and stuff like that.
We're not doing that one.
What do you mean?
bro. There's Mark Anthony, Ricky Martin, like these niggas was outside, bro. These niggas was outside. First of all,
even Daddy Yankee.
No, talk about Enrique Iglesias was on the fucking radio. Don't ever disrespect.
Yeah, but he has English versions of his songs.
Dímelo porque esta.
I will say this:
that was my shit.
Spanish music, like the Latin music culture, is getting so much bigger. Like
I agree with
Grupo Firme sold out Petco Park.
That was fire.
One of the biggest parties I've ever seen. People like dancing. It was just wild. But Bad Bunny.
Shout out Allen right there.
Bro, that shit's fire.
That dress like a grupo.
That Bad Bunny atmosphere, man. I literally think that's what makes his concert so good is the atmosphere there, bro. It's just amazing. It's like crazy.
In fact,
I love it.
And I think you can tell he's definitely pop music because kind of like to your point, like he brings everybody out. Yeah. Gay, straight, black, white, brown, like
you all shaking ass.
Like, and I feel like that's like a factor of like when you become so good, like you know what blows. Like I like to think about this. You know what blows artists up when the content that you create, your audience is for audiences that can't relate. The content you create. So like when King Von is out and all these little white kids in the suburbs love that shit and they don't even know how to fucking spin the block.
Yeah, that's
what gets you to the next level because obviously you can live in Chicago, but like. Yeah, like real gangsters don't watch The Wire. Niggas who sell drugs don't watch Breaking Bad because that's too close to their real life. You know who watches it? Niggas who ain't got no fucking clue who want to get information about that. That's true. You know who listens to Bad Bunny besides the Spanish speakers? Bitches who have never taken a Spanish class because they want to feel the vibes, bro. No, you cheated off me in Spanish, or you got me in trouble.
Spin the block twice, like that. Wait, nowhere to park.
I just think that it was like probably top 3 like performances I've ever seen. And number 1 though is funny. My number 1 best performance I've ever seen is YG Coachella 2019.
I've heard numerous people say this before.
That was fucking so crazy because Bad Bunny was at the same Coachella.
It was ratchet as fuck.
He was at the same Coachella and it wasn't not that good.
And that's my thing. Like I tell you, my homegirl. Yeah, like I be outside with this music shit. Like I'm telling you, the consensus was that he cannot perform well. And then he blew up. And I think what happened is the label realized, like, we have to put money into it. What I'm most concerned about, and we'll close out after this because no one will care. I want to know what his record deal looks like. I want to know if the label gets paid off his tour. Because if the label gets paid off his tour, it explains why there's so much money poured into it now. Whereas before, there wasn't. And they were like, because they're not getting paid off the tour, they're not going to pour money into it. Because why would we give you money to support a product that we're only going to get like nickels on the dollar for the streams? Whereas we can get tons of your merch, tons of all this other shit. And also, he's probably sponsored because there's a lot more sponsorships now. So that might be.
I feel like Petco's a good place to have a concert, honestly.
I want to see a concert at like a setup. I've never seen a concert at a stadium, and I would love to go to one.
I think it was no bad seat in the house, probably, because of just the way that Petco is. Like,
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
And then they take the whole floor, like the floor was packed. It's just San Diego, man. You're next to the border, so you got all the traffic from TJ, too. Because Grupo Firme is from TJ.
Oh, that shit went crazy that night.
Dude.
We were out that day. It was the day we went out for Miles' birthday.
Oh, really?
And they were outside, bro. The hose was outside.
Petco Park, bro, literally
I know you were
sold out. Sold out.
Last thing. Before we close, shout out to I'm going to need you to clip this later anyway. Shout out to the Chihuahua Festival happening this Saturday. I believe it's the 24th. Your boy Dunzo will be there hosting with our sister podcast, The Energy, with my boy Brian. Me and Travis will be out doing some street questions for the people out there. Andre, unfortunately, will be with the camera assassin Josh Henry Palais. But come check us out. Vibe. Tickets $25 on rottweiler.com. We'll put a link in the bio and stuff like that. And yeah, come out, catch a vibe with us, come see what's good. We might have some merch and some other things. I'm gonna talk to Dave and see what we can do for the folks. But shout out to Sebi OG, shout out to Rossi, shout out to everybody who's sponsoring this. Shout out to the Chula Vista Golf Course above all, like giving the community an opportunity.
Mondo hooking it up?
Yeah, giving the community an opportunity to showcase the art and like showing real artists. We got Jay Worthy headlining. We got some real dudes coming down here. So, with that being said, I am the T.O. who's known to tiptoe around you hoes like I got turf toe, a.k.a. Dusty Dynasty, a.k.a. just Zoe. And with me as always,
your favorite light skin, Trey in the building and the barn, as always. Definitely not shout out to Ron Stoppable and stealing the cameras, fucking up another mission once again. And, and
I thought I was bad, but you know what, Drake.
And of course, hey, we got Medium Dre in the building.
Yeah,
XL Tamarindo.
XL Tamarindo,
aka Bad Bunny.
aka what's my boy's name from Modern Family? Looking like the.
I love it. That's a good show.
I don't know the name either.
I know. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Yes. Yes. And with that being said, we're washed.